Look at the radiant bride-to-be here. We're all thrilled for her. We learned yesterday. I don't know why she's smiling. Do you think that my happiness is insincere? Why? What do you mean? What's happening there?
No.
I am thrilled for you. They broke the breaking news during the show yesterday. They told us that you had announced that you had gotten engaged, and we were all thrilled for you, so we immediately played the audio of you snoring.
Everyone's being way too earnest. It's making me uncomfortable. The last 6 days has just been nonstop. People saying how happy they are for me, and I don't like it, Dan. It's too earnest, making me feel things.
Okay.
Right. Cool. I'm happy for you guys. Whatever. I don't care.
That tends to happen around weddings and love and, the important things in life. I am thrilled because I am told also that we have a video of you surprising your grandma with your news, and it has been too long since I've heard from your grandmother. What is the context that this video requires?
Well, Lehman proposed to me on Friday, as you all heard yesterday. And so I FaceTimed my grandma, and someone was filming. I think Lehman was filming her. Also, should I say Leonce? Are we going with that, Chris Cody? Leonce?
That checks.
Okay. Leonce, my Leonce was filming her reaction. So this was my grandma's reaction that I wanted you guys to hear first. I have to show you something.
What? I've been watching you. Oh my God! Did you get engaged? Son of a bitch! Oh my God! I never thought he'd do it, goddammit!
I told you he was gonna do it.
Oh my God! Let me see that. It's gorgeous. Let me see. What the hell is that?
It's a yellow diamond.
Talks like a sailor.
Yeah, we love that about Grandma. What are the details that you can share or are comfortable sharing, even though all of this requires feelings?
I will give a special shout out to Lucy, who was integral in the planning and execution of the proposal and was a witness to the proposal. I was very surprised. I'll post pictures at some point next week, but Lee surprised me in our apartment, and Lucy brought a lot of props from Hobby Lobby, and so she was there, and I was so surprised that I didn't really have anything to say. He asked me to marry him, and I was like, okay, yes. Like I had nothing planned. It was very disorienting, Dan. As you know, there was a big snowstorm in New York this past weekend, so that was the only thing I had thought about all week was, oh my God, this weekend's gonna be terrible. And then I walked into my apartment, and Lucy's there, and there's a bunch of flowers, and Lee's on one knee. So it was very, very jarring for me.
And no inkling, because you knew that eventually he would propose, right? Or you felt like he would? You told your grandma that you knew he would.
Well, I did pick out the ring. I'm not going to pretend like that was a total, surprise. But yes, we've been dating for like 8 years. So we knew we were going to get married eventually. We were living in Florida. We're like, we don't really know that many people down here. Maybe we'll wait till we're back in New York where his family is. And so, yeah, long time coming. But there it is.
How'd you have no idea then?
Because it was like a disgusting cold Friday in the middle of January, Zaz. I thought I was just going to be, my friend Priya, everyone I know has lied to me for the last week, by the way. It's bull. It honestly pisses me off. I've been asking people for months. I'm like, what are we doing this weekend? What are we doing here? What's the plan for here? When are we going to go down and see my parents? Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's been lying to me. They've just been like passing the buck around like, oh, well, let's do this, blah, 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 whatever. So for weeks, I've just been lied to.
Was Lee really sick? Because you said on Last Mystery Crate that Lee, you guys have been separated because he was sick for a couple weeks.
Yeah, he was really sick, which I heard almost jeopardized a months-long plan to propose on Friday. So luckily he recovered, Chris. But I was with my friends all last weekend, and I was like, what do you guys want to do next weekend? We were like making plans, and all the whole time they knew I was gonna get proposed to. And Leonce surprised me. Kind of sounds like Beyonce, but Leonce surprised me with a trip to come see my parents. So I didn't even have to. I've been complaining about the snowstorm for weeks, and I'm not even in New York right now to deal with it. So that was shocking.
You seem angry.
I just don't like being lied to, Chris. I was, you know the whole thing how like women will be like, oh, I want to make sure my nails are done so when I get engaged, for the pictures, my nails look nice. Well, my friend took me to get my nails done on Friday, and I was like, I'm just gonna get a pedicure. she's like, you should get a manicure too. And I was like, no, I don't really want to get a manicure. I'm off Gel X right now. I don't like the UV lights. You know, it's too much UV exposure on my nails. They banned it in Europe apparently. So I was like,
She's
I'm
like,
not
no,
gonna
we're
get-
doing this. I really want
I'm
to
not
do
gonna
it.
get one.
Makes the
She's
nails
like,
brittle, Dan.
Exactly. It's terrible for your nails. The nail health is suffering, Tony. So I've been going au naturel for about a year now. And she was like, you really should get a manicure. I mean, why not? We're going to this event tonight. There's going to be photographers there, which that was bull, by the way. And I was like, I don't want to get a manicure. Like whatever, I don't care. So my nails look disgusting in these engagement photos. And she was like, well, if I had been more forceful, then you would have known something was coming. And I was like, maybe it would have been nice to have 5% of a clue instead of like -20, because I just sounded like a babbling idiot when this thing happened.
Greg, are you bothered that you weren't able to break this news and ruin this engagement?
I am. That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Thought about feeding it to my dad.
I know.
I think I knew like a day or two before. I thought about feeding it to
Wait
my
a minute.
dad.
Did everyone know before Jessica? Like, is she the real
No,
dupe
I
here?
meant I meant like before Jessica announced it.
Right.
I knew before
Well,
Jessica announced
okay, I had to make a decision in terms of content, and you know, I'm hamming it up right now. I'm very happy. I do wish my nails were done, but Dan, I decided, you know, should I tell people? Should I post something online? Like whatever. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's the first time I've ever been engaged. Hopefully the last. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to record with Gojo on Monday for the Echoes pod. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts. I'm going to surprise him on camera and get his reaction. So I could have gone with Greg and let Greg break the news, but I went with my co-host instead. Sorry, Greg.
That's okay, Jess. I forgive you and congratulations. I got to ask you an honest question though, because my future wife and I dated a long time, like about the same 7, 8 years, 6 years before we finally got married. And I'm wondering, in your relationship, did it ever reach a point where you're thinking, when's this guy going to ask me to get married? Like TikTok, did it ever come up as a subject, even kiddingly?
It was more so the opposite, where he was like, I've been saving for a ring for 5 years. Like, when are we going to get married? And I was like, let's wait. He's a little bit older than me, Greg, so he was ready. And I was like, I'm a child bride. I think I need to at least turn 30 first. So, no, I think we're kind of on the same page. And that's something that really shocks both of our sets of boomer parents is that we communicate with each other.
This is a weird South Beach session.
It really is.
It's true though. I was like, I don't know what to make this caption on my Instagram, and my dad was like, you should make it say, I finally succumbed to the traditional societal norms of marriage. And I was like, yeah, that's probably not romantic enough. So I made it open instead.
What's the worst part of the life?
Honestly, right now, the fact that I have to go back to New York in a few days.
It's 8 degrees. It's 8 degrees. A lot of people are shoveling snow twice a day. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about all the football stuff going on here before we get to the professional stuff and Mike McCarthy becoming the Steelers coach.
From Shams, two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo is ready for a new home at the February 5th NBA trade deadline or in the offseason, as several rival teams have made aggressive offers to the Milwaukee Bucks for him, and the franchise is starting to listen, league sources tell ESPN.
That's what I'm talking about, Dan.
Yes, Jeremy, go back to the BORED. Go back to
that joke was so funny the first time,
Go
too.
back to the board, and I'm going to resume talking about football here with Jessica. The college football changes. Your thoughts there are what? What's most interesting to you there?
What's most interesting to me is the fact that there keeps being all these reports about the fact that like no one reads what's in any of the playoff agreements that the conferences and the commissioners are all agreeing on. There was a story yesterday from The Athletic where Chris Vanini said that apparently next year the highest ranked G6 group of 6 team doesn't necessarily need to be a conference champion to get into the CFP, and that no one was aware of this until yesterday, I suppose. I guess my question is like, does no one read the fine print? Like everyone's just agreeing to stuff and they don't know what that stuff is. And also, do conference championship games matter? Or do they not matter? Because under this agreement, I guess theoretically you could have like a 12-0 team that gets upset in their conference championship game, and they would still be safe to get into the playoff as long as they're still ranked in the top 25, I suppose, ahead of another G6 team. And like that then like, what's the point of playing the conference championship game? So like some conference championship games matter and some don't. Like last year, the Big 12 conference championship game mattered because BYU lost and they didn't get into the playoff. But the SEC one didn't because Alabama lost by 3 touchdowns and they still got in. So now I'm just like, what are we doing here? And does no one read?
Did you have any thoughts on the idea that Miami has just bought Duke's 2 best players?
I mean, I think it's great for Miami. You have 2 conference champions that now can teach you, how to win a conference championship. But no, Dan, I think it's like the transfer portal giveth and the transfer portal taketh. Like, Duke was able to lure Mensa away from Tulane. So I guess you can't be that mad when like the game gets played to you. I do think what is, I guess, like, for lack of a better word, lame is if you're a player and you announce you're coming back, you're re-signing with the school you play for, and then you enter the portal later and transfer. Like, that's lame. I know that like they had to go through a settlement, all that. And I'm not even like concerned with the legal aspect of it. I just mean from like purely from a fan perspective. If my favorite team's quarterback is like, yep, I'm sticking around, and then like 2 weeks later they change their mind, it's like, why even announce it then? Like, if you're going to wait around and possibly leave when you get a better offer, just wait and don't say anything, because I think that kind of sucks as a fan.
We just had the breaking news of the
is ultimately these picks that the Pelicans, the Hawks, and the Blazers have, guys, because the Blazers, those pick swaps in 2028 and 2030, as long as they have that 29 first-round pick as well, they really control the future for the Bucks. And the Bucks have this first-round pick right here that's likely their own. It's best for them if they're bad this season. So what do they want to take on for Giannis Antetokounmpo? Maybe.
The name itself, Todd Monken, is not very inspiring. Nobody wanted that Browns job. But Mike McCarthy to the Steelers, I can't imagine that Steeler fans are very excited by anything happening there. Do I have it wrong?
I think, Dan, when I heard the news, I felt like I had been punked. I thought, this is probably not, this can't be. I mean, last week we were joking about the AI slop photo where he had a cigarette sticking out of his ear. And the fact that, what is the connection here? The connection is that he's from Pittsburgh. Is that why, like, the last time the Steelers did this with like, oh, we got our Pittsburgh guy was with Kenny Pickett. That didn't work out. So I didn't like that. And I thought that, that probably wasn't going to happen. I thought they'd go with the young DC route, which has worked well for them in the past, Dan. But then, yeah, they hired McCarthy. I thought I was being punked. I was pretty down about it. I mean, did it ruin my engagement weekend? I wouldn't go that far, but did it, make me unhappy for a few hours in an otherwise happy weekend? Yeah. And then he did his press conference, and look, Dan, I know you're going to hate this, but he won the press conference. He won the press there's that cigarette sticking out of the ear. Love it. He just said all the right things. He got choked up. He was emotional. And I was like, you know what? Maybe we can make this work. Maybe, I don't know how he's going to be coaching a team without a quarterback. That's not something he's really had to do for a while. I'm not sure what that offense is going to look like. I do not want Aaron Rodgers back. It sounds like that's probably going to happen now, but I'm willing to make it work because he is, prodigal son's coming home, Dan.
How does this work with people giving good coach
thing to pay attention to is which team has expiring deals, because potentially you have Karl Anthony Towns here who could be moved as a piece of this to get Giannis to the Knicks. Or do the Warriors have enough themselves? Does Milwaukee want to be bad? And then you have Jimmy Butler being shifted into that space for them to be bad right now, because if you work out a 3-team deal with, again, New Orleans and Atlanta, those teams are the ones that control Milwaukee's pick next year. So if they can get their own pick back,
potential. Joe Brady to the Bills, that feels uninspired as well, given everybody that they were talking to, but it at least keeps continuity there. Did you have any thoughts there?
Just basically that, like, it seems like Bills fans that I've talked to feel like, okay, we thought maybe there was a bigger plan if you were going to let go of McDermott, because I think, like, letting go of McDermott, it's kind of different than the Steelers thing, because, like, hiring Mike McCarthy just kind of, like, reasserts that was Tomlin's decision. He probably caught everyone off guard by it because they had no plan, so they just hired another kind of Tomlin-esque coach. But the Joe Brady thing, it's like, well, what? But then, Dan, the whole press conference with Terry Pagula, like, it just seems like the from the top down, they're not really sure what they're doing. So I guess from that standpoint, it makes a lot of sense, and you could have done worse. But yeah, it just seems like uninspiring, like not a huge plan for how to move forward, and especially a team that does have a quarterback that is in win now mode with their quarterback. I can see why people are a little underwhelmed.
Were you surprised?
So you're looking at Drew Holiday, Karl Anthony Towns, DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis, Jonathan Kuminga, Jimmy Butler, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Terry Rozier, Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell, Khalil Ware, Tyler Hero, Anthony Davis, DeAndre Hunter, John Morant, LeBron James. There's all of these players that could be at play. Heck, Kristaps Porzingis could be at play when we're talking about the trade deadline. And all of these players and everything that they're doing, all of this movement hinges on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And now, with 8 days to go, what does Fauci have to do with it?
Were you surprised that you were surprised by the good coach talk making you turn even slightly on McCarthy? Because I can't believe that a savvy veteran, even though you're still a child bride, I can't believe like a savvy veteran like you could be fooled by coach talk.
Yeah, I'm an idiot, Dan. I think that's the long and short of it. I believe everything at face value. That's why my friends have been able to lie to me for a month, and my fiance has been lying to me for a month, and I haven't noticed because maybe I'm too trusting. Maybe I'm not stupid. Maybe I'm just too trusting and perhaps a tad naive.
Do you have the sound for your internet minute that produced? Yeah, there it is. Okay, very good. You don't have.
Time to get in it. It's
Jessica's
Internet Minute.
I may be naive and take things at face value, but when it comes to internet conspiracy theories, that is not the case. And yesterday I saw a post that Brittany Mahomes had reposted this video on her Instagram stories of a thing that is going around the internet where people take a lighter and burn a ball of snow, and the snow turns black from the soot from the lighter, but they're claiming that it's actually plastic snow, and the government has created a fake snowstorm. So she posted this video, which is like debunking that. So I'm like, okay, that's good. Like, she's posting a debunking video. But then the caption of this video was like, this is real snow, but it is still man-made from the government. So then I was like, oh no, Brittany. But I did some Googling, and this is a very popular thing that's going around right now, Dan. So the explanation I read was that the lighter doesn't burn cleanly, so that's why the snowball's turning perhaps a sooty shade of black. But also there's this thing called sublimation happening, where a solid goes straight to a gas instead of turning into a liquid first. So that's why it's not just becoming wet water and dripping all over the place. So I don't know. There's a scientific explanation for it. I don't think the snowstorm was manufactured, and I don't know why it would be. That's kind of the part of this conspiracy that I'm still trying to hammer home, why there would be fake plastic snow. And that part I can't figure out. So if you are part of this conspiracy theory community, why would this happen? I don't understand.
I don't mean to be cruel.
The Book of Revelation has always alluded to a great mythical serpent that is living in our oceans called the Leviathan. Now, if you check Google Maps, and I trust me when I say this, off the coast of Chile, you can make out the head of a snake. Now, why is this all happening to us? I'll tell you why. Mail-in voting. You need 2 forms of ID, and it's hugely important that you take this with you. Now, listen.
I don't mean to be cruel about this, but your nails look spectacular.
Thank you, Dan.
Oh, wow.
Emergency manicure on Saturday morning at the airport.
those pictures are going to be mortifying to you forever, because they're always going to remind you that your
that
friends lied to you all week.
In parts like Texas.
They
It's
did.
snowing in Savannah. No one's talking about that.
No, it's not.
snowing in Savannah, guys.
I'm in
and you know why
Savannah.
we're doing that? So the beast can stay asleep. We don't want to usher in the end times until the timing is right, and we're almost there.
How did Mike take the microphone away from somebody less annoying? How is it possible that happened while it is that Jeremy was doing the bit? All of a sudden, we end up on Mike giving us conspiracy theories that nobody cares for.
Says, you know about that Leviathan?
I know about that Leviathan.
Now you do. Fauci Fauci.
Get that Fauci bobblehead I brought in that of him throwing a first pitch somewhere wearing a mask. That's good to accompany what it is that you're doing. The podcast is The Echoes. The Echoes. With Mike Kolick Jr. Check it out. It's all your weekly Notre Dame information. Is Notre Dame doing well in the portal?
They did very well in the portal, Dan. Thank you for asking. We broke it all down last week. And like I said, if you want to check out Gojo's live reaction to me surprising him, I thought it was very cute.
Was it great? Was it? So he is a good friend. He also is an uncommonly sweet human being, just like his dad. So like doing that to him, I imagine that he would give you shared joy, delight, like very few.
Yeah, and like I said, it's making me very uncomfortable. So I don't know where we go from here. Dan, Lucy's watching my dog right now in 20-degree weather. She's so nice. Everyone's so nice.
It's been wonderful to watch you and Lucy become friends. And
is the I before the E in Peter Thiel? Either way, give him everything that he needs. This is huge. This is a huge part because nobody has been on the Antichrist more than Peter Thiel. And I got to say, this Leviathan thing, it's got traction.
Jessica, thank you. It's good seeing you, and congratulations. Everybody here is thrilled for you.
Thank you.
I need all of those people back in here in order to do a show with them, while Roy and Chris are lovely to do the show with. The rest of those people need to get in here. I cannot be left to my own devices here. You know that I will just be talking about freedom and democracy.
Oh, no.
And so
let's go.
Everybody
back.
I have to get back to sports. And I also need somebody. I was trying to draw a penis, telestrate a penis on what it is Mike was doing, but I need the code to the telestrator because I don't know it. And everyone had left the room, and I was trying to ask somebody for the code to the telestrator. I didn't even ask Jessica, and I should have, because I don't know that we've talked enough about it today. Do you feel like we have? The Belichick story is a beast. Like, it's a monster. The all of it, right? It's not just Belichick's legacy. It's the being able to recycle again what the Hall of Fame is supposed to be. Is it a place where facts and merit are measured? Or is it a place for the gatekeepers to apply judgments outside of that? You heard me say during the refereeing segment that we were talking about, you heard me say that I don't want my judges doing letter of the law. I want them applying judgment, good judgment, not judgment I agree with, just expert judgment that's better than my judgment because they have more information than I do and more tools to do it. In this case, and this is my objection, Greg, for as much as you and I argue about me losing my Hall of Fame vote, this is where I lost it. It was over the principle for me of I believe the gatekeepers shouldn't be applying independent moralities to something that should act more metrically as a merit-based system for accomplishment. I think it should be a museum, and it's not a museum of art. To me, it should be more like a library. It should be a place where facts are, where I can get my history in a way that is unencumbered by the moralities of others. You want to let Belichick in with an asterisk? That's fine, but you got to let him in.
Well, I've said that for years, that let Barry Bonds in, but include on his eternal bronze plaque the reason he didn't get in right away. Include the word steroids. In Belichick's case, put him in the Hall of Fame, but on his forever plaque, include the blemish, include Spygate. I think voters have not only the right, but the obligation to make a distinction between first ballot Hall of Fame and second-year Hall of Fame. And I know you disagree.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute.
Nick Wright said it.
You say not right? Obligation?
Yeah.
You say the voter has an obligation. So what you guys just did to Jason Tatum, I'm going to trust you with someone's forever legacy on that? I make him second tier because I don't like him. Like, that's not right. That's just not right.
I didn't say I made him second tier because I
didn't
like him.
No, but I'm saying that's part of what's in play with Barry Bonds and all of these voters. I don't expect my voters to be that emotionally biased.
Okay,
Then let fans vote. If you're just gonna make it that emotionally biased, don't make the gatekeepers have more sanctity about what they're doing than just Do it by polling.
Then
do it call-in poll.
Then don't make the gatekeepers human beings. Have AI select your Hall
The
of Fame.
human beings are obligated to apply or aspire to objectivity. You don't agree, right? This is the problem, I think, with the gatekeepers. It's why I lost my vote. The gatekeepers think that museum's for them. You give them the power and they abuse it because they think, here's where I show you how important my judgment is. And then it stops being about how hard it is to be. Mike, I want this to always be about how hard it is to be Bill Belichick or Barry Bonds.
That's not why you lost your vote.
You didn't lose your vote.
You lost your vote due to hijinks and shenanigans.
Yeah, we all know it. It's okay, though.
Both of those.
We won't rehash them.
Y burla también.
Yes, and the Le Batard hat trick of making it about himself.
Yeah.
Dan.
Natural hat trick.
Dan. Giannis is about to get traded.
Yo, what are we doing?
Can I tell you, you know how funny this is, though? Okay, because you read the Shams Charania tweet. How two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo is ready for a new home at the February 5th NBA trade deadline. He refuses to ask for a trade, refuses to request for a trade, refuses to demand a trade. He is, have you ever heard this phrase before? Ready for a new home.
Yeah.
He refuses to actually ask for a trade.
Yeah. No, but getting back to the Hall of Fame, if you don't mind. Can
I do,
story.
actually. I thought Zaz showed good judgment there by pulling me off of that.
Fine. Okay. A lot more to say, but that's okay.
Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis.
Two-time MVP.
I hear you.
And he's going to come here.
I hear you.
Greg, it's the heat.
He's got the one thing that he's got expertise on. He can't talk enough about his own Hall of Fame vote. Like I'll do this. You know what I'll do?
I think he can.
This is what I'll do. At the end of the show today, okay, on the post game, just attached to that, Greg Cody gets to give you all his thoughts on this, and we will all leave the studio and just let him talk until he runs out of breath. But we also have to get to whether or not he remembers what he voted for earlier in the show. Do you remember the number of votes on this test of ours where we said, will Bill Polian remember, or should he remember at 83, something that he did 2 weeks ago in voting? You said that he should remember that, and obviously he remembers that he's lying when he talks to Don Van
Zaz has his ballot.
Well, Zaz, explain to us the nature of this test here that we did before we get back to Giannis.
So Bill Polian flat out denies the story from last night that claims he led the charge of Belichick having to wait at least a year to get into the Hall of Fame. And he claimed he claims he voted for Belichick, but he doesn't know for 100% certainty, which seems crazy. But hey, it was a couple weeks ago.
But he knows for 100% certainty that he did vote for Robert Kraft.
Right.
Like that one he knows with 100% certainty.
Right.
He doesn't know with 100%. Such a great...
I think that's what's actually happening here. My eyes have been opened by David Sampson. This is a Kraft thing. He does not want to share the limelight with him. He does not want the awkwardness of them having a big Patriots Glory Days field trip. That guy's in the Super Bowl right now on his own as he sees it. I think he used his influence to be like, that's going to be my weekend, and I'm not sharing it with him.
So Chris does not believe, forget a couple of weeks to remember, Chris does not believe his father would remember by the end of the show today who he voted for.
Something he did a couple hours earlier. It has not even been 2 hours since Greg Cody did what?
Okay, so I'm not even going to tell you how many people you voted for. I'm just going to ask you some names here, and you're going to tell me if you voted for them.
Well, wait a minute, but hold on a second. How many did you vote for?
Well,
do you know?
You're going to criticize for me. I only voted for 4.
Oh, that's it. That's what he did.
I only voted for 4.
Well, he's going to remember them all.
I didn't
then.
have chance to do due diligence on the borderline
You didn't
guys.
have chance.
Did you vote Torrey Holt into the Hall of Fame?
No.
Did you vote Eli Manning into the Hall of Fame?
No.
He's going to nail this test and then ruin all of it. Like, just tell me the 4. Who you vote for? Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Drew Brees. I voted for Frank Gore. I voted for L. Fitz, Larry Fitzgerald.
L. Fitz.
Now he's just showboating.
That's what I call it.
Now this right here is him showboating. Look how good my memory is. I can remember all the guys I voted for 90 minutes ago.
All 4. And I also voted for Jordan Hudson's boyfriend.
I'm surprised he only voted for 1, so he just has to remember 1.
I mean, I don't know what you did here.
Such a trick that he pulled on us by only voting 4.
I mean, you know,
I feel hoodwinked.
Those were the
that
4.
was a trick.
Those are the 4 automatic first ballot
I'll ask him
guys.
again this Friday when we record the Greg Cody show.
Eli
I bet he
Manning's not a
forgets
Hall of
then.
Famer.
After happy hour.
Borderline.
Let's do it 2 weeks from now.
That's why he didn't get in.
Let's do it the same way that Napoleon did. Let's set an alarm somewhere that goes off during the show 2 weeks from now on Wednesday and ask him again who he voted for.
I've got the reminder on my phone
and
already.
let's see if he remembers 100% or 95% the way Napoleon
I think he's definitely going to remember L Fitz.
Yeah, L Fitz.
Of course. L Fitz, man.
The reason he did that was to showboat on memory. It was such a weird flex. Like I
Son
know,
of a journalist.
I know this so well that I'm going to give you a nickname that Larry Fitzgerald does not have, L Fitz, because I'm going to parade around here with a rhythmic gymnastics ribbon and show you guys how good my memory is from 90 minutes ago.
That was so disappointing.
And you know what else it does?
Major penalty, 5 minutes, swooning comedy.
It doesn't help us for him to get everything right there. Like it does.
And whose fault is that?
It doesn't.
Yeah, but he's our most genuine guy. We can't have him doing bits. He has to just be him.
No, but he did do a bit because I'll bet he believes that there's more than 4.
That's
But he
true.
only picked 4 because
Is
he knows
that
he's going
right?
to remember.
Yeah, how do you know that?
You know what? My
Well,
sources. Someone
okay.
told me.
Okay. This guy. Okay, nice hat, asshole.
So Giannis doing this, Zaslow's takeaway of this guy refuses to demand a trade. It's such a funny place that Zaz is getting stuck on the idea of Giannis sort of trying to slither around.
Trying to do it respectfully.
He's right, though.
Look, no.
Have you ever heard anyone
no.
say I'm ready for a new
Okay,
home?
So here's the part where he's not right, okay? And I understand why he comes by this opinion, okay? There is no right way to do this with the fan base with whom you have a community connection after winning a championship. There are 0 right ways to do it. So every single person who actually wants this is going to do it wrong, and they're just degrees of wrong. There is no right. The customer here wants his feel good, her feel good, and Giannis is going to take it away. And Giannis wants to treasure that and doesn't want to disrespect the organization. Giannis has been in public until now, not unlike Damian Lillard, who also didn't want to do this, a model citizen in every way who carries himself as the utmost of professional pillars. He has nothing in his past that is not exemplary.
Well,
that relationship with that community matters to him and should.
he did boo his own fans.
Okay, Greg, he's got a long resume of stuff that is simply positive.
Agreed. But he did boo his
Because there's
his
no
own
right way
fans.
to do this. Because there is no right way to break up with a franchise that loves you and a franchise you've loved back.
I'll tell you, I think he may be actually going about this the wrong way. Instead of saying that he wants a trade to a new team, he's telling you he wants a new home. He's telling you he doesn't want to live in Milwaukee anymore. Milwaukee is his home. He wants to live somewhere else. He doesn't want to play for a different team.
He's not telling us anything.
He wants a new home.
He's not telling us anything. Shams
It's
is
a misplay.
reporting something.
He also doesn't even live in Milwaukee, I've heard. He lives in Chicago and just makes the commute. It's a new home.
That's a long commute. That's a 2-hour commute. That's a.
Phillip Rivers drove like 17 hours from San Diego to
you're
LA with
making that
traffic.
up.
What? Have you ever done me making what up?
You think he drives 2 hours to a game?
Yeah.
It's only 90 minutes.
Stugotz did that with work every day. Why do you think he got
Longer.
so tired? Yes, every day he was driving 2 hours. Back
And
and
every
forth.
week he got a new home somehow. I think he refinanced a lot.
I will tell you that if the Heat somehow come to a deal for Giannis that involves Terry Rozier,
Somehow, but
and
it's already happened.
then the NBA turns around and says you can't trade
Oh
that
my
contract.
What are you gonna do?
And someone else swoops in. I'm not going to do it.
What are you
But
gonna do,
I know
Zaz?
some Heat fans that would storm the NBA headquarters that makes January 6th look like nothing.
I know people that would do that.
Definitely not me.
You're a coward.
January 6th was nothing.
Talk to him.
Could you imagine?
The doors were wide open.
They let-
Casual, brisk walk.
They let him in. There's the tour.
I will lose my. I'm just telling you right now. If that's what happens,
As is one of the ones.
if that's
It's gonna be him.
If that sewing needle,
You're
Adam
going to
Silver-
make
Do
January
bear a
6th look
resemblance
like.
to many
Checks out.
us that
Like
were
a
there.
cuddle puddle.
See if you can find a Sherpa outfit for him during the break and an American flag.
We don't
so
like
that-
that guy anymore. He turned his back on us.
Matter of fact, Adam Silver, if the Heat make this trade and they include Terry Rozier's contract and you void it, Adam Silver, I dare you to do that.
You have not talked to a camera that way since the scarred head of Craig Berube.
I'm a little worried now about our funding of Pablo's operation.
Yeah.
This is going to be the
Now
period
you're
of
worried
measure.
about it? Now you're
Adam
worried about
Silver,
it.
To where? Miami.
Clippers are good now, by the way. Speaking of
Where's
that.
MLS?
Clippers are
Pablo-
really good.
Pablo-
I'm waiting for you to turn on the Clippers,
Pablo's
Dan.
in New
'Cause you
York.
do this midway through the season, you're like, wow, the Clippers are the best team I've ever seen.
Wait a minute.
You did this last year.
You
did it last year,
Lawrence
Sadie.
Frank got
I
an
saw they're the
extension.
first team ever to, at one point, lose 16 out of 19 and at one point win 16
And
out
the
of
Clippers
19.
fan ate the tweet, by the way. Did you see that? Ate the whole thing?
The Clippers last year lost in the first round in Game 7, and that team was absolutely good enough to beat OKC. And I end up being wrong for eternity because James Harden, I trusted him in Game 7. But Zubac and Kawhi and James Harden is a Zubats. Yes, excuse me. That is a threesome that is formidable, and it didn't make any sense to me that they were so bad the first 20 games of the season because that team is good. It's just old.
It takes them a little bit to get going, but 16-3 in their last 19 games.
Yeah, but-
Kawhi Leonard's playing the best basketball we've seen in his career.
But when you say, though, it takes them a little bit to get going.
Little grease to the
you're
wheels.
describing Nicholas Batum trying to get out of bed in the morning. Like you're describing somebody. Those are some miles
Lopez is
on those
there.
long legs. That is an old basketball team.
Did you not know that?
No.
Brooke Lopez is a Clipper.
He's still doing it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Adam Silver, I double dare you not to allow the Heat to trade the Rozier contract.
You know what's funny about all of this is that if somehow the Heat were able to pull off a trade for Giannis, you could ultimately thank the fact that Damian Lillard wasn't traded to Miami because him tearing his Achilles in Milwaukee is the thing that finally sent them into tank mode and struggling that led to Giannis finally asking out. So it might have been a couple years too late. It might have cost you the end of a run with Jimmy Butler, but theoretically could end up in a Giannis Antetokounmpo situation between the Heat, between the Knicks, between the Blazers and Pelicans and Hawks. What a fascinating day.
Jeremy, you did an okay job today in a lot of different realms, but how do you feel about this?
They could take off if Giannis. I don't feel great.
Professional broadcaster Jeremy Taché reacting to the breaking news because he's nimble when things are live.
They could take off if Giannis.
Well said.
I'll be on the
My
Heat game
helpful.
tonight if you'd like to tune in. We'll be reporting live on Khalil Ware's probable return.
Three-time
They could take off if Giannis.
Emmy winner Jeremy Taché.
Happy New Year, everybody. 2026 is already getting off to an incredible start because you want to know how I rang in the new year? It was with a bunch of friends in a Dallas hotel lobby bar ordering a bunch of Miller Lights because that's how you do it. That's how you make special memories. Miller Lite has been by my side at many special football memories this year, and hopefully we get to write a few more memories with Miller Lite. Some of my most legendary moments have started that exact same way. A buddy's house, a lobby bar, a game, no big plan. And then you crack open a Miller Lite, you take a sip, and you look around, and you immediately recognize that you made the right call. You're locked into the game, the conversation, the moment, not thinking about what you're drinking. Miller Lite just fits. Clean finish, refreshing, brewed for taste with simple ingredients like malted barley. And at 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces, it never weighs you down. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
So look at this, all right? Mike, you and I were both on the same page with Jason Tatum, all right? This right here, this is a same page kind of deal. And Juju is fanning flames here. Look at him. He's wearing his Jason Tatum's Celtics jersey, and he's holding I don't believe it's a real one. I think it's a replica Larry O'Brien trophy. All right, so Juju, go ahead. I'll give you the floor here.
It's not the real.
I think it's a replica.
I think you're right. I think
Juju's 27 feet tall.
Yeah, man. Some days are just more important than others to keep this thing close, man. Some days you just want to remember it happened, and you just want to just live in it and just bask in it a little bit, you know? The good old days, as they say.
Where's Stanley? You got Stanley near you?
Oh, yeah, Stanley's over there on the
All right.
mantle. He's over there with what they call the Super Bowl man. Lombardi.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could
He over there
appreciate
with-
my perspective of being an on the
I
record
appreciate it.
hating ass hater.
Yeah, I understand. Like,
Keeping it real.
It's no fire because you don't talk about it and just be scurrying away. You pull up on Paul Pierce and tell the truth to his face, your truth. So I respect that. You ain't no Twitter finger man.
I'm the only one that's brave enough to say it about Angel Reese too. Don't forget that.
Touche.
Juju, you upset with some of the sports analysts and you know some of the media folks here? What's going on there?
Oh, yeah, man. I got a new rule, man, for sports analysts around the world, bruh. If you get a prediction wrong moving forward, I don't care if you work for Fox, ESPN, Metal Art Media. If you get 3 predictions wrong in a row, you, sir, are suspended for a month.
Whoa.
In a row.
A month.
A month, and that includes social media. You can't comment on your team winning. You choose your predictions wisely. I'm tired of seeing all these predictions just hurled around, and then Nick Wright just comes and saunter his ass in here as if he didn't have the entire AFC in inverse last year, still giving his takes with a cock in his neck, like talking to us like this.
Had the Raiders in the playoffs, I
A
believe.
crick in his neck.
Got that cock in his
Juju,
neck?
there's not a cock in his neck. There's a crick
I don't
in
know
his
what he
neck.
got in his neck.
You don't know what's in there.
You feel me?
Talk a walk, baby.
What's there?
What happened?
All I know is you can't be allowed to still saunter when you've been that wrong. So 1 month offline at least.
It's a crick in his neck. It's the crick
Crystal
of the
crick.
walk, baby.
He's got that cock neck.
Man, I gotta ask Nick Wright about that next time. How you get that cock in your neck?
Do you have any constructive criticism for me today, Juju? What did
my
I get
goodness.
wrong?
Yes, Dan, my brother, we love you so much, brother, and we know you are proudly Cuban. We did a whole week dedicated to how proudly Cuban you are. You gotta respect that Mike McDaniel is a black man.
Yep.
I'm black and I'm proud.
Yep.
So I would hate to turn on the TV and see somebody tell me he's white, and I'm saying like, what the hell? What you mean I'm white?
That was
I go
crazy.
through- That was very crazy, Dan. So we need an apology.
Yeah, another one.
Another one,
okay.
yeah.
Yes, I apologize
Yes.
again.
And did you hear the Tyrod Huntley thing?
I think
yesterday?
Tyrod
That was
Huntley's
bad
worse.
too.
That was bad,
wasn't
too.
great.
All right. Well,
It was bad,
okay.
man.
So forgive me. Let me do
no.
this again, even though it was a delayed penalty that we started the entire show with.
Yep.
Minor penalty, 2 minutes. Accidental racism.
Wow.
Yep. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you.
Wow. Didn't expect that.
Also, the stuff surrounding Bill Belichick right now. Guys, let's get over it. We really don't care. I know that it's good to talk about online and it's good to social media, whatever. But y'all don't care if Bill Belichick gets in the damn Hall of Fame this year, 2070. Who cares? Like, my boy messed up, unfortunately. Honor is a part of the NFL honors, and you've been running around with your shirt off, closing screen doors behind you, leaving. Bruh, this matters. You got your girlfriend on the sideline giving you advice. Come on, man, some of this stuff matters, and this is the type of stuff that the NFL does in response to you keeping the New England Patriots out of your camp, so to see your kids play. You did. So I think that a lot of the moves he made like that is the stuff that really kicked him in the butt on this go around.
To Juju's point, I can't remember another first ballot Hall of Famer where we have a video of them like exiting a house shirtless. It's not a good look.
Right, bruh. You can mess yourself up, bruh. Same way Antonio Brown messed himself up the real way, you can mess yourself up a goofy way too, bruh. So it made me think of the top 5 people who messed up their careers in a goofy way.
Oh, all right.
Not serious. We're not talking about serious criminal charges. We're not talking about nothing serious. Just goofy mess ups. OLI, Tiger Woods.
Wow. That's a strong list if he's an OLI.
Right.
Which
Very
time?
goofy. Exactly. It was one point in my life where I saw Tiger Woods as a thing, and now I see him as a totally different thing, bruh. Come home, too, by the way, and keep your hat on. One of
Wow, come home candidate too.
Keep the hat on. Oh, man.
For sure.
those. Do one of them. I don't know how much fame or fortune these folks had before, but it was so bad I got to at least OLI my boys. Terry Rozier, Jonte Porter, Chauncey Billups. P.U. Man. Number 5, Plexico Barris. I can't see him without thinking about his incidents he had.
You can't keep that one in the chamber. What are we doing? Say gun safety,
Right.
Second Amendment. We're talking about. No, you can't keep one in the chamber in the club. Come on.
Exactly. And guns are illegal in New York. Come on, brother. Keeping it real goes wrong. Number 4, Brett Favre.
Which time?
Good one.
I can never see him the same, man. Number 3, Lance Armstrong. Live strong, my ass. Number 2, Bill Belichick. Come on, brother, what are you doing? And number 1, Jose Canseco. I never knew he was this crazy. I thought he was a Bash brother or what they called it.
Yeah, he was a Bash brother, and he was kind of nuts. Before we get to the polls here and Greg Cody's long-awaited Hall of Fame thoughts, what were your thoughts on Nick Wright and what happened with Wemby earlier in the show?
Oh yeah, Nick Wright said something that I wanted to share. You feel me? Like, it goes to the best I could describe being a black man sometimes in America. I don't want to serious us out, but on the math that Wemby is doing while he's trying to say certain things, and Nick Wright says it's a shame that how much of my own personal and constitutional rights or safety am I putting in jeopardy by expressing my objections? That's something that it's like, damn, I never thought of it in that way, but that's something I moved through life struggling with. Like, I'm a, you know what I mean, tattoo-faced black man in America from Atlanta, and so me complaining about something hits a whole nother way than someone else complaining or even voicing that. And you said also, too, that the starting point should be understanding in a lot of these cases. Unfortunately, the starting point is rarely understanding when it comes to a person like me. You feel me? Like, the starting points is usually a purse being clutched or, whoa, brother, hey, you good? You feel me? So I think that what Wemby is trying to do is commendable. Of course, so much going on in the world. We got Breonna Stewart tomorrow. I'm interviewing Breonna Stewart. Blessed to be able to interview Breonna Stewart tomorrow for Goodfollow. Should be a great one because so far there isn't any limitations we have on the interview. So stay tuned for that tomorrow.
That is, you can also catch all the things that Juju is doing with Alley Oop, wherever it is you get your podcasts and on the YouTube channel. You praised Nick Wright there. But let's criticize Nick Wright by putting up his predictions for the season this year in his in the division there that he is his beloved division. So it's upside down there. You see that he's got the Chiefs first, the Raiders second in the playoffs, the Raiders second, third is the Chargers, and fourth is the Broncos, the team that was a play away
Raiders
from
are
getting
the number one pick.
Yeah, it's totally wrong.
God.
So suspend him for a month. Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Should Nick Wright be suspended for a month for his predictions on football? Let's update the poll here before we get to all of Greg Cody's Hall of Fame thoughts.
Yes, sir. Tougher human, one who survived the extreme cold or one who survived the extreme heat? 80% of the audience says one who survived the extreme cold. Yeah. Ice Tray, I see you. And last poll, can every 83-year-old be expected to remember how they voted 2 weeks ago? 68% of the audience says no, they can't, and those are your polls.
Thank you, Juju. Good stuff. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. All right, Greg Cody, the floor is yours. Everybody is rapt with attention to hear all the things you wanted to say while we were talking about Giannis breaking news.
Okay, you have to think of Hall of Fame voters such as myself. The composite of Hall of Fame voters, we're all human beings. We're a composite. We're an amalgamation. We all come together and reach a consensus, okay? So in voting, in Hall of Fame voting, as in just whatever, elections, sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we get it right, other people think it's wrong, what have you. Now, in the case of Hall of Fame voting, since we are all human beings with differing opinions, let's take baseball first. Steroids. I vote for Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens every year until they were knocked off the ballot. Why? because I think their steroid use did not prevent them from being great players, and that's quantifiable. So other people would not vote for Barry Bonds because they're sanctimonious, because they're claiming to stand up for the integrity of the game. That's a valid opinion to them, not to me. Okay? In the case of football, the Bill Belichick vote, everybody in his right mind thought Bill Belichick was going to get in, probably as a unanimous vote. I don't think anybody really considered that some of the electorate considers Spygate to be disqualifying, or at least to delay his getting in without the honor of being a first ballot guy. A lot of people don't understand that. Le Batard doesn't. That's part of the reason why he lost his Baseball Hall of Fame vote in shame and disgrace, is because, not on principle, but because he didn't follow the rules of being a Baseball Hall of Fame voter. So he got what he deserved, right? Now, I follow the rules. I do my due diligence. Occasionally, like many human beings, occasionally, I might change my mind, okay? You know what? When I was a kid, I used to hate Brussels sprouts. Would not touch them. They even didn't smell right to me, okay? Guess what? I love Brussels sprouts now, Brussels sprouts. Same with asparagus, okay? Never used to like it, changed my mind. Love asparagus now, okay?